So, I think that everyone here knows what the Demon List is, after all you're watching a Geometry Dash video, but in case you don't know, the Demon List is a list of the 150 hardest Geometry Dash levels that have ever been beaten by a human being. Some have very straightforward and simple names, but others have complicated and metaphoric names. So in this video, as you can read in the title, I am going to explain the name behind every top 25 level in the Demon List. So let's start. Top 1. Amethyst. So, Amethyst is a travel through a huge amethyst cave, starting off more superficially, where some amethyst shards are visible, but mostly stone, and going each time deeper into it until the end screen, which would probably be when you reach the deepest point of the cave. Top 2. Tidal Wave. A tidal wave is a huge water wave that happens in beaches, and the level Tidal Wave is a beach-themed level in which the main game mode is a wave, so it's basically a pun. Top 3. Nullscapes. Null is something with no value, so the literal meaning of nullscapes would be a landscape with no value. Which doesn't make much sense, cause something null can't exist and there are visibly many landscapes in the level. But in this case, I think that it is meant to mean like a very dark and mysterious landscape. So in my opinion, a good name for this level will be something like Abysmal Scapes instead. Top 4. Bubalamba. Bubalamba is this number. And it is so big that its number of digits is beyond human comprehension. Now, what has this to do with the level? Well, according to the level wiki, the creator of the level simply saw a video about the number 0 that featured Bubalamba in it. So, if I have to guess, I'd say he chose it for the name of the level, cause it has Booba in it, and he found it funny, I guess. Top 5. Every End. It is simply the name of the music used in the level. Top 6. Andromeda. Andromeda is the name of the nearest major galaxy to the Milky Way, and the level is located on it, having a space theme and even featuring the black hole found on it, which is a supermassive black hole and the fastest growing ever spotted. Top 7. Silent Clubstep. Silent levels are a super buffed version of levels. Start by the level Silent Club, so in this case it is a super buffed version of Clubstep. Top 8. Anathema. So this one is kinda interesting. An anathema is something that someone can't stand. For example, garlic is an anathema to vampires. But I could not find any relation of this to the level, so searching more I found that it can also be a synonymous to curse. And looking in the lyrics of the music used in the level, well, it is a FNAF music, so it talks about FNAF lore as expected, but summarizing, there is this guy called William Afton, and his daughter died. So he got completely mad, and in the music, an animatronic known as Circus Baby talks about how she can fix him, which would probably be bringing his daughter back or being her. Like she says on the line, "Is it because I can be her?" So, going back to the meaning of the word, the supposed curse would probably be the death of his daughter. Maybe I went a bit too far, but this was like the only explanation I could find to the name of this level, so I'll take it. Top 9. Avernus. Well, I am remaking this part because I said some bullshit about Avernus. And Avernus was believed to be an entrance to the underworld, according to Romans, but it was just a lake. It wasn't really hell themed, you know, it hadn't anything to do with hell, it was just the entrance to hell. So it is not that, but Avernus can also mean hell, so I think it is just a general representation. of what people think hell is, cause I searched different mythologies and it isn't similar to any mythology I could find, or any version of hell. So it is just the popular belief of what hell is. Top 10. Acheron. Acheron is the entrance to the Greek underworld. Top 11. Spectre. A spectre is a ghost or a spirit. And what the hell has this to do with the level? Well, I couldn't find anything besides the fact that Spectre is the spiritual sequel to another level, which is Zodiac, even though that's probably not the reason it is called Spectre, but I guess that there are just some names of levels that have no meaning behind it, and I'll just accept it, I guess, but this is the best explanation I can find. Top 12. Tunnel of Despair. Well, there isn't exactly a meaning behind Tunnel of Despair, but the level has multiple very tight parts which would explain the tunnel, and due to the extreme difficulty of the level, after all it is a top 12, it was called Tunnel of Despair, I think. Top 13. Abyss of Darkness. The expression Abyss of Darkness can symbolize despair, ignorance and hopelessness. So I guess this symbolizes the level of ignorance Hexen had making this level, cause it's absolutely the worst top one ever, like this fucking sucks. Okay, but seriously though, unfortunately Hexen just fucking randomly names his levels, so in this case Abyss of Darkness is just some random name he chose cause he thought it was cool, cause the level hasn't really anything to do with ignorance or some metaphor like that, you know. It is just a generic top 1 level. I mean, not even generic, the generic top 1 level is better than this. Top 14. Kayuki. Kayuki is insanity in Japanese, which in this case the author of the level actually knew about, unlike Hexen, because the description of the level is "this is crazy", and the music used is Crazy by Creo Music. And while the level has a quick pace, a lot of game mode changes and it is very chaotic and hard to follow. So it is probably a visual representation of insanity in a GD level, which is very interesting in my opinion. Top 15. Subterminal Point. A subterminal point would be a point near the end of something. And I have a theory. Through most of the level, a black hole is represented in the background. So my theory is that the world is about to get destroyed by it, and the subterminal point will be the player that naturally, with the end of the world, is also near its own end. And the term point will be used to show the insignificance of the player compared to the vast world that is about to end. Yeah, this is just a theory, I maybe went a bit too far, but it's my theory, whatever. Top 16. Slaughterhouse. Well, as you probably know, Slaughterhouse is a place where animals get killed for food. But in this case, Slaughterhouse is a name from an old impossible level that Iced Cave, creator of Slaughterhouse, made in 2015. However, this level was absolutely garbage. So in 2018 he decided to start recreating the level, even though the current Slaughterhouse has a completely different music and decoration than the old one. Yeah, I guess he just made a well-made level with the same name as the old one to cover it up, because the actual recreation of the old Slaughterhouse is grief, but yeah, I'll take it. Top 17. Menace. Well, this is the most interesting one for me. So, from my comprehension, Menace talks about questioning established truths and believing in the truth that you think is true. Because the only truth in the world is that there is no truth, as everyone can have their own truth. And why the name Menace? Cause this person, instead of believing everything other people consider as divinity, or as a established truth, questions the divinities and decides if wants to keep that in their philosophy of life or not, being seen by the others as a menace. Top 18, Kokmok. Well, this one is pretty simple, but also makes a lot of sense. Kokmok is space in Russian, originally written like this, and Kokmok is a space themed level, so yeah, it's basically about that. Top 19, Sakupan Circles. So, the word Sakupan comes from the name of the artist that made the original version of the music, later known as Sakupan Hell Yes, called only Hell Yes. But the name Sakupan was the name of the artist, not part of the name of the music. So, for some reason, the famous remix of the music that we all know and it is used in Sakupan Circles, and even Sakupan Hell, includes Sakupan as part of the name of the music. And the word circles comes from the trend of 9 circles levels, which are levels with this color effect, with the wave game mode as the main one of the level. So summarizing, it is a 9 circles level using the Sakupan music, which gives us Sakupan Circles. Top 20, Deimos. It is called Deimos probably due to the music name, but Deimos means fear, dread or terror, and is also the name of a moon of Mars. But in this case I think that this has something more to do with the dread and terror part, cause at the end of the level there is a graveyard. Top 21, Firework. Well, I have no fucking idea. The name of the song isn't Firework, there isn't a single firework in the level, I couldn't find any more meanings to the word in English or in any language, and the level is themed around that and edgy stuff, so I really just have no idea. Top 22, the Lightning Rod. A lightning rod is a metal rod mounted on structures to protect them from a lightning. And this level is, following its own description, a level themed around thunderstorms on a rainy day. In the level, the player basically starts inside the lightning rod and progressively goes up until it reaches the top of the buildings in which the lightning rods were mounted at. Top 23, Pooh Cubed. Pooh Cubed is the third level of a tetralogy that features Pooh Q, 2Q, Pooh Cubed and Pooh Forever. The Pooh comes from the first level, which is Pooh Q, and the Cubed comes from the fact that it is the third level of the tetralogy, and a number to the power of 3 is designated as cubed. Top 24, Kozetsu. Kozetsu has many meanings in Japanese, but the one that's presented in the level is Snowfall, as the level is snow themed and literally happens during a snowfall. Top 25, Saul Goodman. Saul Goodman is a character of the TV franchise Breaking Bad. What this level has to do with him? Well, actually nothing except for the fact that there is his face at the end, or rather an attempt to do his face. But yeah, these were the meanings behind every top 25 level in the demon list. If this video goes well, I'll do a part 2, so if you want a part 2, please like the video and subscribe to my channel, and comment what you thought about it and what I can do better, or if you just liked it in general. So thank you all for watching the video till here, and see you next time. Bye.
Subscribe to TC2, subscribe to TC2, subscribe to TC2.